Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington football team and the Philadelphia Eagles. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Taken in the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This short throw caught by Goddard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Sanders, the ball
well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. He'll drop to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Bryce Love. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On 2nd down, Love. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here. And a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
A throw over the middle taken in. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
They go play action now. Jackson. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And it's 3rd down.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Washington.
Number 17.
Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them. And also, it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
At the line, this Philly offense set to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
This is intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12.
Number 26.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
55, let's go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now Sanders, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Sanders, the ball carrier.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard.
They'll run. It's Sanders. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Sanders again.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
At their own 15-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
23-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Third and 2. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball, and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out
exactly.
there. But the 9 picks,
you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season.
Bryce loved the Washington.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
On 2nd down now. It's Love, able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
He was
back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. On 3rd and 2, Jackson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown, Washington.
From 13 yards out. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go. Slam.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And some room to maneuver. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
0-0, 55.
It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Derek Barnett able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
3rd down.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
Well, Brendan, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Second and 11. They'll run with Sanders. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
38-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Two minutes to play. First half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Sanders, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson eluding the pressure right. Throwing deep for Galladay. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
Jackson's pass intercepted. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Staying on the ground, it's Love. Yeah, he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down, here's Love. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Washington.
Play action. It's Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
86.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
First down, Washington.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
The wide receiver.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They go play action with Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 10-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now back to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
At the 28-yard line.
Let's go, D. Mike, 55.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. A couple of 1st downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2nd down and inches. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And some room to roam now. 20. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 24-yard line. 17-yard line. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
17-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 2nd down. It's Sanders. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll go again with Sanders. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Going for it with Sanders. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
6-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well, because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Montez Sweat able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to make it 4th down. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Chase Young, and Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson slings this deep from McLaurin. It got his man complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
10 at the 42-yard line.
of the gun. They'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The 49-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Love. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
6-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Jackson. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Jackson to throw on 3rd down. Flush to his right. Throwing deep for Galladay. And now here is another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11.
At the 33-yard line.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. Able to fight through 1 tackle. And down he'll go at the 25. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this carries into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Like 22, he's coming, 22. 60 Bison.
On 3rd down, Sanders. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Got a man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And they work this well upfield across the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Mike, check.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So a victory here for the Washington football team. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Washington, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.